Hi. Ni saa 9 jioni, so it's good afternoon. Hata sijui kama nafaa kujiintroduce. I need to introduce myself because I am new in this office, but whoever I'm sitting with ananijua. I'm here. Nika take over. But today we are doing things differently because today I don't want to interview him and he doesn't want to interview me. So we want to have a conversation. A general conversation. We just want to get to know each other. Mwenye nimekaa na yeye, I'm his guest and he's my guest. So I don't know if it's making sense to you. And so we'll let him introduce himself in a few. But because of his channel, my name is Wahu. I am a journalist and I am a lot of things, so many things all together. And I live in Nyeri. Naishi Nyeri, watu wa Nyeri wananijua wengi sana. And so maybe to his followers wenye wanijui, that is basically what I would say for now. For now, that is my name. And it's my pleasure to welcome Karaoke. Karibu Karis.
Hello everyone, Karaoke Kenyonye as usual. Thank you for tuning into another episode. As you've heard, my guest today, Pahuagure.
Yes.
A very bold woman.
Oh, wow.
I really admire her. As you all know, we're building a community at Mvukisha.
True.
I bring people that I admire, people that I can learn something from. And Wahu, I admire your boldness. Welcome to the channel.
Oh my God, thank you. I really appreciate it, Karis. I was thinking, Jana, and I think I've told you some few minutes ago, I really regret knowing you 2 days ago. Because why am I knowing you 2 days ago? You see, it's rare to find people like you in Nyeri.
How so?
How so? Because first of all, I didn't know something like this exists in Nyeri. I thought I would be the first one to make something like this. Little did I know kuna mwingine alikuwa ahead of me. But then again, you are bold. Aura yako, like mtu ikuangalia kwa zile za, hey, ule jamaa chana tu nae. Like, you're not easily approachable until somebody approaches you and then they're like, kumbe jamaa ni friendly hivi, rada yako, na mbona unakaa umebonda. So, I think it's fun and it's so good. And you have a very good heart. And you're I think you're just too friendly. I would say it like that. You're just friendly enough. So, and viewers wangu hata watashtuka shindo jamani nani. So, that's basically it. And I really appreciate knowing you, Karis. Thank you for opening your doors for us and my team and your team and everyone else. That is so nice.
Wow, it sounds Nicole kuja hapa kunichocha leo.
Zii bana. Sikuchochi sana. If unakuchocha silikuwa nimekuambia the other day though.
Okay. I'll take it. Thank you for the compliments. I've learned to take compliments.
Yeah, you
I'll
should.
Just say thank you. I'll keep that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Kitambo sikuwa naelewa what it is to take compliments and everything else. Nikafikiria people are just being nice because they need something from me.
Yeah.
I mean, that is one of so many traumas that I had to heal. Yeah. So what do you do, Karis?
I'm a software engineer. I'm actually employed, for people that might not know that. I'm an employee. I write code 8 to 5. Then in between, this is my hobby. Building communities, getting to learn from people that I admire, and getting to have conversations and connect. I love, as you said, I might look unapproachable from a distance, but one-on-one, I really love connecting with human beings.
You're a cool person, man. Yeah. You're a cool person to hang. Why are you a software engineer, but your hobby is this podcast thing, cameras, mics, lights? Why?
It's a lot of things, really. One is I'm a youth now, and I'm going to be a youth for like a couple more years.
Yeah.
Then I'm not going to be a youth anymore.
Oh, yeah.
And I realized that anything that I want to say as a youth, I have like a clock. If I don't say it now, I will never be able to speak as a youth. Like I can still say it, but then I'll be saying it as some mzee wa kijiji or something.
Yeah,
yeah. I thought to myself, as a youth, there are things I need to say,
and
I would rather say them in my youth, so that when I'm done with youth, I'm done, and I'm just like, take on my mantra as I'm there, and just stick on that lane. Then of course there is, as you've mentioned, there are traumas, and there are things that have happened in my life that really silenced me and made me not own my voice. And so I wanted to also get to practice that, just like practice speaking up as me. And this was a very good platform.
To do that.
Then something happened to trigger, like, okay, I can't wait any longer.
This is it.
I lost a friend, and then very tragically and very suddenly. And then I realized I've always wanted to own a camera, but I've never bought one, because I was always like, maybe next year, maybe after I've done this, after I've done Y, I'll buy a camera. Then when I lost that friend, I was like, I've always had this idea in my mind, but I never do it. And then I was just like, went out, got my first camera, and then from there I was like, okay, let's roll. And this is a culmination of like 2 years of just trying to find my own voice and connect with people and figure out like what's Amvukisha. And as I've said, Amvukisha is a community, and today you're officially a member of our community, so welcome.
Kuna mali tuna sign membership na tunapewa badge.
That's an idea. Like, you've been in the media for long, and you've covered 9 like years. Community stories. You've grown up in a small community, you told me, Mbaringo. So I'm really curious about the idea of building a community. I don't know how to do it. I'm the kind of person who just starts doing.
That's why I'm here.
Like,
joking.
No, but it's one of those things I'm curious about. Could you tell me more about like growing up in a community, the things you've learned, even in your reporting, that help bring a community together?
Well, there's a lot. So many people start communities sababu ya mambo mingi. Kuna wenye wanaanzanga communities because they want to help the less privileged. Kuna wengine they just want to start a community because they are alone. Kuna wengine ni juu ya trauma, because you see, we live in a society that so many people are traumatized, but they don't know how to heal their trauma. Like you, because of your friend and everything, the only thing you knew how to do, or your trigger to start all this, was that. Kuna mwingine anahitaji tu watu wenye watamshika. Me growing up in a community, my community is basically a village, because Mbaringo is one big village. It's a village where everybody knows each other. So even if I'm on social media, somebody will know, huyo ni wa kule kwa Wahome. Like, the community there know each other. For example, when I was going to high school, Form 1, I passed so well. But then again, my weekend shushu hawakuwa na do za kutosha kunipeleka hiyo shule. So there was another option, shule yenye iko around our village. I didn't want to go to that day school, Mbaringo day school, because, well, nilikuwa nimepass. So they opted to take me to Watuka High School. Wuka shushu didn't have a lot of money. So the community there came together. I remember my high school, ile box ya mabati ilinunuliwa na mtu fulani. Beddings were bought by a family there. Like, almost everything that I went to, kila kitu nilikuwa nahitaji kwenda nayo high school, I was given by that community. So many people start community because of so many reasons. Kuna wengine wanaanzanga community just to become a voice of maybe orphans. The others start because they need people to know where to run to. So your community, I might not know your community inaangalia nini, but basically that's it. That's the community that I've grown into. And one thing about the community where I grew up in, if anything could have happened, they knew who has done that. There was a time where it was around 2006, 2005 there. Walikuwa wame bring together all orphans in the village. And then there was some zungus somewhere. Walikuwa wanatoka majuu nini. They bring things, toys, food, bags, a lot of things, nguo za kupea watu. And then those things are zinawekwa place moja. Now the orphans mostly wale watu wengi sana wenye walikuwa orphans wenye my age and smaller than me, wengi wao their parents had died of AIDS. Mostly my mother. I'm told my mother died of AIDS. And so tulikuwa tunashikwa, tunapelekwa mahali pamoja. Mnaenda mnachukua kenya mnachukua, and then you guys go home. So growing up in a community, first of all, I always want to have a community where I will help orphans because I was helped, and I know what it is to have people randomly come from nowhere and bring you things. It usually feels good. Unaweza fikiria wale wase mko nao, they don't care about you or anything, but when you see an outside, somebody from outside, an effort and you see yenye umezoea, usually feels nice. Yeah. Yeah, so that's basically it. And because so many people, you've said I'm bold, which is true. I'm really bold, but my boldness didn't come because I was born bold. I had to be bold because I had to. I have 2 brothers behind me, and they needed somebody strong. I remember, I think in my first story, when my mother died, my guka, my mother died on Christmas, and I was looking at, nilikuwa naye akikufa, so I saw her taking her last breath and everything. But now my guka was on my case. I couldn't cry, I couldn't do anything. My guka kept on telling me, I don't want to see you cry because you have 2 brothers. Now in Kikuyu, dieda kuona ukirira. Uresirie ihesi yanyu. Uresirie ihesi yanyu shiona ukirira na shishigwe kate. So I had to box my feelings since I was young. And then my mother was not taken to a mortuary. And I'm giving you this story because I've given it to people on social media. And they tend to be like, oh, I'm sorry. I mean, I think I've overcome that, and that side of me has healed. And so my mother didn't go to mortuary. So for me to feel comfortable, for me not to feel that a lot of sadness, I kept on going to where alikuwa amewekwa anachungulia. For 7 days, every now and then I could go and peep in and see my mother sleeping there, lifeless. She can't move. Venye tu aliyekwa ako tu hapo. But now that's how I boxed my feelings, and since then I didn't know what to do. So I had to be bold. I used even to fight with boys in primary school. Even in high school, I used to bully boys because the school I went to, ilikuwa both boys and girls. I used to bully boys. My brother came there, and I was like, mtojaribu kuguza brothangu.
So you became the protector for your little brothers.
Until now. And they even do things, and then I'm like, you guys need to know you are adults right now. I mean, kila mtu sahi ako na ID. One of them, I think, he's 26. The other one is 23. The other one ni rika ya Masi, huyu Masi ako hapa.
Can't go around giving other people's ages. Come on. But okay.
That is true. I need people to understand how now my brothers are big.
Yeah.
But they still want me to protect them because that's how they feel safe, and that's why I don't know how not to be bold, because I don't know how to survive without being bold. I don't know if that's making sense.
Yeah. Like you had to confront and just like hold back some of your own emotions at that time.
Not some, all of them.
All of them.
All of them.
And the only emotion that came to the front was just be bold through life.
Just be bold, face everything head on. Until now, just face. You come fight with me, I face you head on. I don't know how. You see the way people go on social media, I don't create a fake account. If I want to insult you, I will insult you with my real account, because I don't fear you, I only fear God. And I had to box so many feelings until it now blew up when I was around 23 years. 23, 24, 25. Those are the years that were the worst years in my life, because that's when now I started mourning my mother. And I didn't know how to. I didn't have anyone to guide me. I didn't know how to cry. I can tell you for a fact, I never cried for all those years. I never cried. I usually have one photo that I know I will post it somewhere. I was in class in college. Nikaingia class. and we had kwenye nilikuwa nakaa then, the person I was living with alikuwa, there's those people who, you know, there are people who speak to make you feel bad. They don't know they are doing it, but every time they speak, they make you feel bad and regret why you are alive and why you are living. But one thing I've never had is suicidal thoughts, because suicide never crossed my mind because of my two brothers. But now I have that photo somewhere. I had cried the whole night and the whole morning. So by the time I'm going to class, my eyes were red. And I think that's when now I was introduced to drugs the first time by somebody who was a friend. And I needed something that will numb the pain that I couldn't understand the pain that I was feeling. I've never felt that pain. And that was the first time I cried ile machozi hadi sikuwahi.
Before or after doing the drugs?
Before
the drugs.
In fact, that day, that evening, so now I nilitumia weed mara ya kwanza. Now before then, going back, I never cried. Like, I didn't know how to cry. Every time the emotions are too much and you want to cry. I remember my grandfather, where wabia kolera da ishire imwana shenyushi gwekate. And it's so like, you're like, man, I have two gentlemen who wants to see me strong, and I didn't have any otherwise now until then.
Okay, that's a lot for a little girl to carry.
Is
that's
it?
a lot. Yeah, it is a lot for. How old were you when your mom died?
I was 5.
5 years old. You
Either
can't show
5
your
or
emotions.
7, I think 7, and I couldn't. I did. How could I have shown my emotions? And I have two brothers. But one thing I really love about my grandfather, and it's something that our mother started teaching me and my brothers kutoka kitambo, is staying connected, me and my brothers. Like, the way we are connected with my two brothers is a bond you can't break. Our mother used to, so nakumbuka kuna kile Sky Plus, kuna kimtungi kilikuwa kinawekwa maji Sky Plus, kilikuwa na kifuniko ndani na kifuniko ingine juu. So we had 2.
The black ones, 100 liters, 80 liters.
Yes. You know, you see that kiplata kikubwa. Yeah. So our mother used to put food there. Like, we didn't use ati Joshua is my second born brother. Now Wahome is my last born brother. Ati Joshua kwa na sahani yake, Wahome na mimi. No. We used to eat in one plate. We fight, tumwage chakula, tunaongezewa tu zingine hapo. Like, we used to, the only thing we used to use separate is plate, spoons and cups. Otherwise, plate tulikuwa tunakulia moja. And when my mother used to tell me, alikuwa na show ni vile nataka, if you guys don't, mkikosa kuzoeana saa hii, hamtawahi zoeana. And so when my mother died, I don't know if it is God's intervention or something, but my guka knew not to separate. Unajua alikuwa na right ya kusema wewe Joshua enda na anko yako fulani. But until now, recently in December, on Christmas Day, I had gone home. I was working and then I went home briefly, because we keep on visiting our mother's grave. And I don't know how to stop going there. Like, nasikianga ikiniita Christmas Day. But when I went there and finished, Aguka now started telling me, reminding me, because my mother will be celebrating her anniversary, 25 years since she died, very soon, I think this year. So my Guka now was telling us how we need to have a service at home, a lot of things. And then now alikuwa natukumbusha, he was reminding us why he made sure that me and my brothers are not separated. He said something just told him not to separate us. But his children, anko zangu, maanti zangu walikuwa anambia wacha niende na moja, uende na moja na ubaki na moja wasikue mzigo. Maguka said no. Maguka said no. If you separate them, they will never know each other and they will be fighting over nothing. Yeah.
So this is Goka is your mom's dad.
Yeah.
And he's still alive today.
Yes, he's 79, turning 80 this year.
Shout out to Goka. I hope you do watch the channel and tell your fellow 80-year-olds to subscribe. Yeah,
I love to show you.
80-year-olds have smartphones now.
Right,
and they're on social media.
True.
Please subscribe, Waze.
So, Karis, you told me something. I know we are coming back to my story. You told me something.
Yeah.
You've lost so many things in life.
Yeah.
That you tend to become too attached to things.
Yeah.
How are you dealing with not being too attached to things right now? Right now.
Yeah.
I waited for you to breathe in and out.
Yeah, because you asked me to go to some places that I don't like to go to. And
Okay,
one of the reasons
whenever you feel comfortable.
Yeah,
You
the reason I agreed to
do
do this with you is because I bring people on this channel,
Yeah.
and they go to places, even emotionally, that sometimes I myself am scared, and I'm like, oh God, if the tables were turned, I would probably wouldn't tell that story. And I think it's only fair that
Yeah.
I tell
True.
part of it,
Sure,
that when I ask a guest to do that,
You'll be comfortable.
Yeah, I'm comfortable, and also I'm also being honest and authentic with them.
Yeah.
So loss has been a big part of my life also. It's I lost my mom at 9, I lost my dad at 12. Then after that went through high school, joined college. First year I lost my sister. Then like when I was finishing college, lost another sister. So, and these were like really close people. And then it's like you lose mom, we got very close with dad.
Yeah.
And then like I lost dad, we got very close as siblings. Then you lose one sibling, you get much closer.
God.
Then you lose, and it's just like one would expect it gets easier, but it gets harder because every loss was bringing us much closer. And so like I'd say the last one was the hardest. Yeah, and those losses I have to accept, like death is just final in that sense.
Sure, true.
But I do have a tendency. I remember when I lost my first sister, who was like the second born in the family, I wrote this poem, and it was just like, I wish I could just like run back in time and go back and hold her just one more time.
Yeah.
I think I have a tendency to do that. So when I lost the other sister,
I'm laughing because I understand.
yeah, it's when I lost the other sister, oh God, I threw myself in that just like this.
Yeah.
On the day we buried her, I remember thinking very consciously that there's someone that used to remind me of my sister that I'd dated and broken up with.
Oh, wow.
I just went straight back to them and started that relationship, which was fun but hell in its own sense.
Yeah.
Just one of those things that is just not meant to be. Don't go back there. But like I get attached. And I think like sort of the conclusion I'd come to, which now I know is completely false, I wouldn't advise anybody, was that if there are things I can lose that I have no control over, like say through death, then the things that I have some control, I'll fight to my end before I lose them. And so I became like a fighter, not to lose things and not to let go of things until I was done with them, like until I felt like I was done with them. And that led to just like this strong attachment to things and to people.
Yeah.
Even people that are just plain out toxic and just like not supposed to be in my life. Led to issues also, like just different things with even boundaries. But the end of it was for me to start to realize that not only are there things in life I have to let go because they're beyond my control, like maybe through death, but that even like normal everyday life is full of changes, and for every little change there's something that we lose. So if I change, like right now, I'm raising kids, and I see them like maybe at a certain age I can see one of my daughters with just 2 teeth, like a bunny, and she's so cute. And then I go to the pediatrician and she tells me, oh, the other teeth are coming out, and I'm just thinking, oh God, she's gonna change and she's gonna lose like the 2 bunny teeth cuteness. And just like normal life, there's changes, and every change I'm losing something because I'm losing that phase of her life. And now I feel like I'm about to lose my youth because I'm about to just like, oh yeah, 2 more years, and like, oh, now I have to start dealing with hopefully not arthritis, but like you never know what age brings. And so it's I had to, grief had taken me to that place where I became almost scared of confronting it, and so I became attached because every loss, no matter how small, comes with a little bit of grief. And I didn't want anything that made me feel grief. Even if it was a good change, I would run away from that feeling completely. But now I know sometimes to just embrace it and just be like, a major change is coming. I'm going to lose stuff that is important in this process.
Yeah,
but I have to welcome that change, and I have to go through both the excitement of the new and also to grieve what I have to say no to, so that I can embrace the new.
Having have lost a lot of people. I think you've maybe just lost my mother, and it was like,
it's not a competition. Loss is loss.
Loss is loss.
Yeah.
It got to a point in my life I started fearing death. Until recently, I'm like, I used to. I want the fact that you've lost so many close people, and I just lost my mother. It got to a point where I could just sit and start visualizing. I couldn't allow my brothers to travel, like, or if they're traveling, I can't even sleep because I'm just imagining nakienda pate accident, ama ende abductive and a lot of things. You know, having when you're a journalist, you have to fight with a lot of people, and most of the times politicians, and then like na wakijua ako mahali fulani wa mwende, you know. Have you ever gotten to a point where you fear of death because now you have children? I have a child, and I'm like, son kikufa sayo mtoto atafanya nini? And that was the moment I gave birth to my son. I started regretting. I'm like, Sasa, my mother died at 29 years, and I think I gave birth nikiwa 27 years, because my son is 4. Najua mtaanza kuhesabu bana.
Don't do the math.
Right. Don't do the math. Forget about the math. So, and I used to feel, I'll get to 29 and then I'll die. My brother was reminding me on Christmas Day as we were coming back from our grandpa's, and he was telling me something I can't even remember, and he told me randomly. Ilikuwa around saa 7 tulikuwa tunatoka. I remember tulikuwa mahali watuka, and my brother told me, unakumbuka by the way tulikuwa tunabishana mwenye atakufa before? And my brother was telling me, unajua ulikuwa unasema wewe unataka ukufe ukiwa 28, ndio usikufe ukiwa 29 venye mama alikufa, na mimi nakwambia nataka nifike 30. I'm like, wait, what? I used to say that. But at some point when I gave my life to Christ, I remember I was praying, and then God reminded me of that prayer. I used to say, I want to die. If I die very old, it's 29. But then again, I passed. You see, I didn't have a life before 29 years, because I knew I'm dying. And that's why I was drinking alcohol, I was insulting people, I was fighting left, right, and center, because I didn't think I'll pass 29 years. And then I gave my life to Christ, and then now I started changing my prayers. I'm like, God, I don't want to die at 29. My mother's grandmother, mwenye anaitwa kama mamangu, she's around 107, if not 106 years old. And now I started telling God, I want to get to the age of my 2, because dying right now, I have a son. Who will I live with? Who will I leave him with? My brothers love my son, and they genuinely do. In fact, every time amefunga shule, he's not even in Nyeri. He's always leaving. So, because naona time imeisha na William ametuwekea timer, when we are coming back from break, I want you to tell me if you have ever gotten to a place where you fear death to a point I can't even get out of the house. I'm like, itatoka nigongwe na gari wadao. Like I'm and then my brother tell me, ninakimbia Mombasa. We do have a business in Nairobi. We do car hire. We are high end. So we have so many cars that we do car hire. And then I'm like, ameenda na gari moja na ikienda na uko ipigwe. I'm like, usiende, unaweza tuma mse. Then tells me what I'm telling. Si mimi nakwambia, si mimi nakushow. Si mimi nakushow usiende. So, we are going on a break. We are coming back in the next like 2 minutes. When we are coming back, tunarudi na Karis atupe your story. I think we didn't have a topic, or rather we didn't have anything to atuko to name hii podcast, but I think we are leaning more to losses and grief and trauma and everything. I think nishapata title ya hii podcast.
Oh, we're just getting started.
Yeah,
I want to see where it ends up.
Right?
I want to see where it ends up. Yeah.
So, we are coming back, but for now, let us go for a break.
Okay.